Hey guys, how y'all doing? Checking in from Vancouver, BC. This is Brett Coffee checking in. Hey, I was fortunate enough to actually win a session with Grant Cardone, a 30-minute training session. So really quickly, what I'm looking for here is what would you ask Grant Cardone? What kind of questions would you fire at Grant Cardone if you had a 30-minute private coaching session? That happens in August for me. And I know before that we actually have his 10xeverything.com, which takes place tomorrow at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific time, West Coast time. If you guys aren't part of that, you really need to be. He just thinks and works and acts on a completely different level than than almost everybody. I've never met anybody like him before. So let me know. Give me some ideas of what you might ask a guy like Grant Cardone if you had a 30-minute coaching session with him. Let me know. Give me some ideas. Hey Stewie, how are you, man? What kind of questions would you ask Grant Cardone? Give me some hearts. Let me know. 30 minutes, August the 8th, with Grant Cardone. I'm looking for ideas, questions that you would ask if you're an entrepreneur. What kind of things would you want to know from him? Because I'll offer him up. We'll have just come off his 10xeverything.com webinar, and that is going to be life-changing in itself. So figure it out. I'm going to do this multiple times. I'm going to post it Facebook, Twitter, everywhere I can. I'm really, really looking for the ideas to be able to ask him how to take things to the next level. But I want your guys' input. What do you guys need to know from him if I ask him all these questions? What kind of things are you looking to find out from Grant Cardone in his webinar or in a private coaching session? Because if I can do it and I'm in a position, I'm definitely going to Periscope it. I know he does that. I'm going to try and Periscope it and Meerkat it all at the same time. And if I get some, great questions from you guys, then I will pass those questions on. So let's blow it up. It's a one-on-one session that I was able to get from Grant for 10xing certain things already, being omnipresent on his media, Twitter. Have done multiple cameos with him as well. So come on, guys, give me a couple of ideas. Give me a couple of questions that you'd ask a multi-millionaire on his way to being a Billy and looking to 10x your life. If you had the chance to be coached for 30 minutes privately by a multi-millionaire, what kind of questions would you ask at Grant Cardone? Give me an idea. No questions here, man. I'll try this thing again. We'll do. I got multiple days. I'm traveling to the States on Thursday. I'll be broadcasting from our live networking event down there as well. And I'm looking to put a series of top 10 questions that I can ask Grant Cardone with my 30-minute private coaching session. So if you guys have any ideas, any thoughts, type them in now. Let me know. Okay. Going once, going twice, guys. I got a meeting to go pull off. Ask him if his happiness has been growing in comparative his fortune. Great question. Thank you for that. Great question. Anybody else got any questions out there? Any other questions for Grant Cardone? I've got a private 30-minute coaching session with Grant Cardone, and I'm seriously looking for questions that you guys need answered. I'm going to be on his webinar cast tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time here in Vancouver. I currently am running a massive network marketing company and looking for coaching from him and looking for questions from you guys. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, what kind of things would you ask a guy like Grant Cardone? Let me know. Hey, if you want to give me some hearts, I'd love that. I want to know how to get people to see what we see to improve their own life and vision. Now, part of that, I guess, would be, I'll definitely ask that question. Another great question, Stewie. That would most certainly be what are people's whys? Where are they looking? What are they looking for? What's the end game? Is somebody looking for an exit strategy to have their kids stand on their shoulders, see that much further ahead? You know, the more impact you have on people's life, the bigger you will ultimately be. The more people you can help, the more you'll have. It's just the way it goes. Anybody else got any other questions for Grant Cardone? You know, I love Periscope because I can go back and watch this later, write down those questions. Again, I'm Brett Coffey out of Vancouver, Canada. I am fortunate enough to have a 30-minute coaching session with Grant Cardone, who's doing a 10X Everything in Your Life webinar tomorrow at 2 p.m. on the West Coast, 5 p.m. back east. And about a week after that, I get to do a 30-minute private coaching session. So I'm going to blow up some stuff. Hey, there's Grant Cardone joined. Hey, brother, how are you, man? I'm just checking into people and seeing what would they ask somebody that had a 30-minute private coaching session with Grant Cardone. Trying to find out, you know, what key questions are people looking for out there. You know, I'm super excited about the idea of the 10X thing. It's gonna make it tough after doing the 10X webinar to come up with questions with a 30-minute session. So I'm super excited for this thing. This is Brett Coffey up in Vancouver, Canada, and we are just rocking and rolling in our network marketing company. But I want to take it to a 100X level. Hey guys, thanks for all the joins. Grant, thanks for sharing for me. Hey, what I'm looking for out of you guys is outside of Grant's 10xeverything.com webinar, which occurs tomorrow night at 2 o'clock on the West Coast, 5 o'clock in the East, I am really looking for questions. I was fortunate enough, probably because I've had some omnipresence with Grant on Twitter, on Facebook, on Periscope here, on Meerkat, some cameos, to actually win a 30-minute coaching session. You know, that to me is absolutely priceless. You can't put a price on that. Now, what I'm looking for from you guys is, what do you ask a guy like Grant? You know, if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, what kind of things do you want to know? What do I do? I'm actually involved in a network marketing company. I'm not a 9-to-5 guy. It's all I do full time. Thanks for the invite, Grant. No, thank you for the invite, Grant. You guys tell me. Give me some ideas of what, if you had 30 minutes with Grant Cardone, what would you, yeah, I'm looking for that jet ride, brother. I'm looking for that jet ride. You know, what would you do? What would you ask him? 30 minutes, one-on-one. What kind of questions what would change your life? Asking Grant. Like I say, I'm doing this, and I'm going to do this several times. What is the biggest obstacle you overcame on your road to success? Great question. Great question. I'm going to go back and watch this multiple times. I'll write down your questions and ask them as much as I can. How do you stay so motivated? Yeah, I'll ask him that. I know he's answered that on several occasions. How much does it cost to have GC share your scope? Absolutely nothing. It's about having an omnipresence and following back. You give, you get. You get, you give. That's just the way it works. Again, I'm Brett Coffey out of Vancouver, Canada. I'm involved in a network marketing company. I've had the chance, or I do have the chance, to be able to get to a 30-minute private coaching session. I'm looking for questions from you guys to ask him. If you're involved in what company I'm involved in, and the company's called Jeunesse Global. What additions would you have to change 10X Give Every Chance in the World since it was published? I know he's talked about that. Another great question. Thanks, Scuba Steve. How are you, brother? Thanks for saying that I'm the man. I love it. Again, Brett Coffey out of, how much did you pay me for this? I paid you absolutely nothing but friendship. And hey, you give, I give, we all win. And hey, if I can blow up stuff and get people in front of you, and that actually helps you, helps Grant win, then we all win. You know, hey, I'm looking to help anybody that I can via my network marketing company change their life, have impact on their family. What I'm looking for tonight from you guys is an idea behind what can you do to make a difference. And I need questions to ask Grant, because I've got a private coaching session with him about a week after he does his seminar. And if you haven't registered for that, you need to. It is going to blow your mind. There's a 5-page handout on goal setting, building a foundation, 6 videos that follow it up. My wife and I were going through that again today, And then on top of that, there's 10xeverything.com. You're going to definitely want to check that out tomorrow, 2 p.m. on the West Coast, 5 p.m. on the East. $49. It's a drop in the bucket for what you're going to get in value. Then on top of that, what I'm looking for tonight, who has the question, the top question that I can ask Grant Cardone? I got a 30-minute private coaching session with him to be able to change people's lives. It's not just about me having a private coaching session with Grant. It's about you guys having a private coaching session with him. I'm really, really, really looking to ask the right questions so it motivates a ton of people. So I'm going to do this multiple times between now and that time. I'm traveling to Salt Lake City to a conference down there for 3 or 4 days. I'll be broadcasting from there continuously, looking to load up multiple questions. Josh, don't waste time with things you're clear on. Ask him to help get you crystal clear. I know for me, one of the questions is that I'm really, really looking to get control of time. You know, so often, because I don't have a 9-to-5, I build a network marketing business. I can truly roll over rather than roll out. I never roll over, I roll out, but I get so caught up in stuff. So I'm really looking to find out how does he control and compartmentalize his time so much? It amazes me how much he gets done in a day. So that's one of the questions that I certainly have for him. Where is that? What is that you market? What do I market? Company, Genes Global, we market 5 or 6 different product lines, anything from skincare to supplements to nutrition, a little bit of everything. Hey, if you want to get more information on that, you can always go to brettcoffey.com, BRETTCOFFEY.com. You can catch me here. Who is someone Grant looked up to get to where he is today? Another great question. Super great question. What else you guys got? How to get quality referrals. Great question. I'll ask him that too. I use the study info GC and Bob talked about is beyond amazing and can study anything and apply. Absolutely. What else do we got? What else? At Grant Cardone. Hey, Grant. Hey, guys. This is Brett Coffey out of Vancouver, Canada. Here on Periscope, looking to find out what would you ask Grant Cardone if you had a 30-minute private coaching session like I do. I'm really looking to help you guys ask questions. We'll be coming off a super impactful 3-4 hours. Grant has scheduled a webinar for 3 hours tomorrow at 10xeverything.com. What I know about Grant is that it won't be 3 hours. If he goes less than 5 hours, I'll be absolutely shocked. He just gives, and gives, and it's going to be amazing. Anybody that plugs into that, you definitely should do that for sure. I know for any of my team in my network marketing company that's here, I've got 3 or 4 signed Grant Cardone, the 10x rule books that I'll be giving away for people that are on that as well on the webinar tomorrow. So be ready for that. Again, Brett Coffey out of Vancouver, Canada, looking to find out what kind of questions you would ask Grant Cardone with a 30-minute private coaching session. How do I stop being lazy? Man, you got to have goals and dreams that are just absolutely beyond scope. I was watching Grant today talking about not only 10Xing but actually having a super life. And what does it mean to have a super life? Man, you're 10Xing everything. We talked a little, I was on a Cameo earlier. Brett, tell us about your 10X exercise so far. Steve, what do you mean by exercise? Have that thing totally filled out. Was on a Cameo earlier saying to Grant, hey, I'm 52 years old. I walked away from a 6-figure income corporately after 27 years to be with my dad. He had 6 months to live, had cancer. We had actually worked together for 27 years. And I didn't have an exit strategy. I had dabbled in some network marketing companies, always made money, but never really, really knocked it out of the park. And I needed to. And it took me a couple of years to align with the right people and align with the right company. Now we are, now we're a 5-figure family. I'm looking to take it to 6 figures. And after doing Grant's exercise, 6 figures isn't enough. Now we got to get that baby to 7 figures a month. And I might not be able to do that all through my network marketing company, but there'll be other avenues, other projects that we'll get ourselves involved in. What I'm really, really looking to, months ago, Steve, your question just flew by. What I'm really looking to do here is to get some top-notch questions from you guys that I can ask Grant, because I was fortunate enough to be omnipresent in his social media to get a free coaching session. Steve, hit me one more time with that question. What would he tell his younger self? That's a great question. How did he discover 10X? Man, he discovered 10X by just implementing, believing in it. 10X is really 100X. X in numerals is adds another 0 to that equation. What else? Let's see. What advice would you give a high school graduate in order to start a 10X life? Hey, find a way, beg, borrow, steal. Not really. But get on that webinar tomorrow, 2 o'clock. That's what I do if you're just getting out of high school. I've got my 13-year-old son reading and doing the exercises in the 10X book. You know, his whole thing is about he wants to be able to invest in real estate, and he wants to be able to invest in real estate, have a residual-based income, so he doesn't have to do the 9-to-5 thing. Action plan for adding to expanding your network the most leveraged way. Another great question that I can ask Grant. What advice would you give to a 51-year-old starting over? Hey, that's really my story. I'm 52. I turned 53 in January, and I said earlier, my dad had 6 months to live. I walked away from a 6-figure company corporately, and it was tough. It was really, really tough to do that, man. I still get emotional about that. My dad and I worked together for 27 years, and I had to start over. And I bumped into a Grant Cardone video. I don't even know how at this point. And then I jumped on board, started following him, watching stuff away. Grant Cardone, I'm giving away a seat. I started following him like crazy, got plugged into Grant Cardone University, which is a whole other level that I can fully endorse, 100%. Definitely take advantage of the university. And I'm sure, knowing Grant, there might be a little add-on after all is said and done tomorrow on his webinar, because that's just the way he rolls. Is 10X a program you can buy? You can actually get the book, but more importantly, what I would do, always upsell, you bet, brother. What I would do is, there is a seminar tomorrow, a webinar. It's $49. And 10xeverything.com, 10xeverything.com. That's where you want to start your 10X life. Tomorrow is the game changer that will absolutely change everything. Will there be a replay? If you buy the webinar, you get the broadcast for life to be able to go back, watch it as many times as you can. You also get a 5-page, 6-page exercise to do, a 55-page manual to follow along with, 6 videos that I've watched I don't know how many times. There it is, 10xeverything.com, $49, you bet. What I'm looking for, guys, here is I'm really looking for questions, because I was omnipresent in Grant's social media to the point where he recognized that I was there and gave me the ability to win a free coaching session for 30 minutes. So I'm really, really looking from you guys for questions, because I don't know what to ask after we do this 10X thing, man. That's going to answer probably 99% of the questions those questions that I already have. 99% of them are going to be answered tomorrow. How important is sex? Doesn't matter how important sex is. Outside of, if you mean sex in the sense of female, male, doesn't matter as far as the 10X things go. Sex with my wife, very important. I love that Cardone's trying to throw me off here. I know that was you asking, Grant. I know. I see it. Yeah, super excited to see you guys tomorrow on the webinar too, man. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Super excited for that. Spiritual advice best spiritual life he ever received. I'll definitely answer that. I'll ask him that. 10x sex is awesome. Got to agree with that one too. Grant, give him a job. I'm up in Vancouver, Canada. As much as I would love to work for Grant, because I think I really get it, and I've been in corporate for 27 years, I can't work for somebody else. I'm tainted that way. I need to work for myself, build my own business, be able to 10x it, 100x it, and actually, my goal in this whole thing is to be able to get my kids to stand on my shoulders and see that much further ahead than I ever got a chance to see. And some people tell me, oh, you're going to spoil them, that's going to be terrible. BS. I don't believe that for a second. If I can give them the opportunity to travel around the world, invest in real estate, teach them how to help other people, then I know I've done my job. So for people that think, hey, kick your kids out, they're 19, kick them out the door, make them go get a 9-to-5 job. I just don't believe in that. I want to hire my kids. I want to be with them, on a constant basis. And that's just one of my dreams. I worked with my dad for 27 years. And then before, Grant, Brad, can you follow me? Let me see if I can do that. View profile. Followed. There you go. I worked with my dad for 27 years. And at the end of the day, he gave his whole life to the company that we worked for. And before he sort of semi-retired, and before he could do anything, got cancer and died. What kind of effing life is that, man? I just can't do that. I need to 100x this thing and be able to live life with my kids, my wife. We just had our 30th wedding anniversary this past June. And, not that I'm certainly not a relationship coach in any way at all, but it's quite an accomplishment to have a gal be by your side for 30 years, have a vision, same vision as me, to be able to help our kids and make this thing blow up. What's the first step you took in the network marketing business? Is spreading the word. Man, I made a list of everybody I knew and started getting on the phone. Started making calls. Studied what was going on in my industry with my products, and then picked up the phone, man, and shared. And if I got a no, I didn't care. It doesn't matter. I know somebody here, took them 6 months. Now they're in my business. They followed me on. They followed and followed and followed. Need some Periscope followers. Your family is your true legacy. Yes, absolutely. What I'm doing right now is building a legacy for my family. I want to have whatever it takes to get them to that particular level. Grant, what's the key to branding yourself as a speaker? Start speaking would be my guess. You're awesome. Thank you very much. Should I develop the brand or do the marketing first? You should do both at the same time. I want to know more. Vima. Hey, brother, you can catch me at my email address at Brett, B-R-E-T-T, at brettcoffee, COFFEY.com. Anybody that emails me there and wants some more information on what I'm doing, I'll certainly help you out, get you plugged into what's going on. Who's got some great questions? Brett, give away a seat, give away a seat. Hey. Yeah, I can do that. I can give away a seat tomorrow. I got no issue with that. brettcoffee.com. No, it's Brett. It's BRETTCOFFEY.com. Kind of like the drink, but not quite. BRETTCOFFEY.com. And if you want to email me, it's Brett, B-R-E-T-T, at brettcoffee, BRETTCOFFEY.com. There you go. That's right, brettcoffee.com. I'll take a seat, brettcoffee.com. How did you start? How did I start what? My network marketing company that I got involved with, following Grant. Give me a little more information as to what you're looking for in that question. What I'm looking for, guys, is I'm looking for questions for Grant Cardone to follow up on his 10X Everything webinar that happens tomorrow. Let me know. Great honest scope, Brett. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. what is the one area that you want to enhance or improve? For me, it's multiple areas. Yep. Thanks, Heidi. That is right. Brett@brettcoffee.com. Me a number between 100 right person, the 45-minute. Sorry, that question faded away too fast. Grant's obviously a pro at this, man. He can answer 8 million questions at a time. I'm just getting used to it. You sell cars now, but my passion is to be a travel agent. Can you do that? Of course you can do it. You just got to make the decision to do it. Ask Grant what advice he didn't put in his 10X book but wished he did. Fantastic question. I think he's actually going to cover some of that. It's like the one thing I can tell you about the book, absolutely amazing. Next level, the audio book, because he adds nuggets in the audio book that he couldn't add in the book. Tomorrow's webinar is going to be a whole other level of things that he couldn't put in the book. Thank you for the follow. That's just a progression. He's not in the same space he was when he wrote the book. He's now that much further along in what I know for him is to become a billionaire down the road. And things change. You got to constantly look at your goal and reset those targets, move them up all the time. I played hockey to a really super high level, almost went pro, blew out my knee, and unfortunately that was my dream. But I know you gave away 12 seats, brother. That's awesome. That really ups your odds to get that flight on the jet. That's super cool. But as a guy that wanted to play pro hockey and then never got to do it because I blew up my knee, I needed another avenue, another place. It's just taken me this long to find it, and I'm super excited about where I'm going to be able to go. Ask him his best marketing hacks for new online businesses, please. Another great question. Super great question. You guys, if you're following Grant, he answers a ton of these questions. To juice up in the morning with what juicer? I think he's got a Bevel, the same one that we use. I think you pronounced that right, Beville. I know he does that. I know in the juicing world, you can really have two types of juicers. You can extract everything and just have liquid, or you can have a little bit of the pulp. Depends on your preference. I like it to be fast. Yeah, you got it, Breville. I forgot the R. Is traffic the most important step? Great question. Fountain juicer, cool. I have it too. Yep, absolutely love juicing. Juice every morning. Yeah, I know Grant's all over that. Ask him his daily routine. It's really one of the key questions that I do have for Grant in our 30-minute coaching session is, how does he get so much done in a day? It's really easy to get sidetracked when you don't have a 9-to-5, when you don't have somebody that is keeping you on task. Have this assignment done by here, have that assignment done by there. Definitely time block. But that's a question that I got to ask Grant. One of my top questions is, how do you get so much accomplished in a day? He's working on at 100x level, 1000x level. He's got people around him to help him do that. But for people like us on this Periscope that are just getting started, looking to 10x their life, how does he stay so on track? Even when you know what your goals are, you still got to stay focused. But he is ultra focused, and I want to know how he does it. Thanks for asking us your opinion, and congrats again on your anniversary. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a big accomplishment to go 30 years. One of the things that we're doing, that we're going to Periscope, for any of you that are actually Bon Jovi fans out there, we bought a package that was a little more than $4,000, which is a 3-day. We get a cruise, we get a meet and greet with John Bon Jovi. It's been one of our favorite bands. One of the things that we've done over the last year is gone back and seen a bunch of 80s bands that we actually loved from back in the day. We've been able to do that because of what we do on a regular basis. And so we get this meet and greet with John. We're going to be backstage, all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to be Periscoping that as well. If any of you are into that, into Bon Jovi, check it out. I think it's August the 21st. We'll be back online with that. But hey, guys, I got to run in. I got to do a meeting for about 30, 40 people here, change some lives, have some impact. Again, it's the biggest roadblock Grant has ever been through in his life and in his career. I know he's got a couple of those. Another great question, guys. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for the follows. If anybody wants to find out what we're doing in network marketing, hey, we're set up in over 110 countries around the world. So I'm looking to expand globally, and please do yourself a favor. Check out tomorrow 10xeverything.com. 10xeverything.com. It's going to change your life. It's going to have such a major impact for you. Then I just can't say enough. Above and beyond that, I'm involved with Grant Cardone's University, another program that is just life changing. I can't wait to go see Grant live down, and outside of I'm going to win the ride on his jet. No question about that. You got to speak these things into existence. I can't wait to go see him live in October. I think he's going to be in Vegas. 10xeverything.com, guys. Check it out tomorrow. Check it out. 2 o'clock on the West Coast. 2 o'clock on the West Coast and 5 o'clock back east. You get right now. Go and sign up right this second so that you can get the exercise, the pre-work done, which will make the webinar that much better. So get that now. $49. You couldn't spend $49. $49 doesn't even get you a decent dinner, man. It's ridiculous. Go check it out. We'll be back. I'll be doing this again. Looking for questions ultimately for Grant and my 30-minute private coaching session. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the questions. I'll be asking you guys again. $49 is absolutely no money at all. If you're not willing to invest in that in yourself, then you're missing the boat, man. You are totally missing the boat. Well, guys, I got to check out. I got to go help some people now, and we'll catch you again. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll ask you guys again before Grant's fired up his webinar tomorrow, what kind of questions to ask him when I get that coaching session in the early parts of August. You guys have an amazing night, and we'll catch you real soon.